What's going on, boys? Today was the first day of spring training. They did not televise the game anywhere, so you're watching spring training highlights from last year, just as something to watch while we talk about the game. Let's get into the game, though. For offense, we're going to start there. Scope led us off today. He went 0 for 2, and he K'd his first at-bat, and he grounded out in his second at-bat. So a pretty rough day from him. He didn't really look very good, and from what I was hearing on the radio, they weren't very impressed with his at-bat, so that was a little bit tough to see. Andy Ibanez batted second. He went 1 for 2 today. Had a ground out in his first at-bat and a single between third and shortstop in his second. Javier Baez batted third today. He had a nice swing his first at-bat, but he lined out to center. And then he swung at the first pitch in his second at-bat and grounded into a double play. So not a great day from Javi, 0 for 2. Like to see him play a little bit better, but what you going to do about that? Miggy, 0 for 2. He K'd his first at-bat, and he reached on an error in his second, so pretty decent day for Miggy. Not a great day, but at least he got on base. Austin Meadows batted fifth today. He went 0 for 2 and popped up his first at-bat, and he had a fielder's choice on an error. Reached first after that in his second at-bat, so not a great day from Austin either, but not terrible. Eric Haase batted sixth today, and he had a walk in his first at-bat, and then he grounded into a double play in his second at-bat. The first at-bat was a really good long at-bat, and he took some close pitches, so that was nice to see. Akil Baddoo batted seventh today, and he had a nice line drive double in his first at-bat, so that was awesome to see. And then he had a ground out to Cody Clemens, our old friend, in his second at-bat. Tyler Nevin was batting eighth today, and he had a really rough day, 0 for 3. The first at-bat, he first pitch swung and stranded two runners, and he grounded out to third base. In his second at-bat, he swung at the first pitch again and had a little dribbler up to the mound. And then in his third and final at-bat, he popped up to third. So, rough day from him. You'd like to see him play a little bit better, maybe try to earn a roster spot, but it doesn't seem very likely. Parker Meadows batted ninth, and he had a really nice day. First at-bat, he homered to right. It was like a line drive. It was hit really hard. That was great to see. I love seeing Austin's brother do well. It would be awesome to have them both up in the majors at the same time. And then he had a check swing strikeout in his second at-bat, so not as good as his first at-bat, but still overall a good day. We can get into some of the other guys that subbed in. Zach Short came in, and he had a nice single in his one at-bat, 1 for 1 today. The star player of the game, Andre Lepicius, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he reached on an error and scored in his first at-bat. Then he had a 2-run game-winning homer in his final at-bat. A really nice day from him. I wish I could have seen the swing. I wish they broadcasted the game, but it's still nice to see a young guy like him come out on top in spring. He was a third-round pick in 2019, so he could be something for us this year. It's really nice to see that. Palacios had a nice RBI single as well in the game. He scored Lepicius, I believe, with his RBI single, so that was really good. Dylan Dingler went 0 for 2 today. He had a strikeout and a ground ball, so not a great day from him. Colt Keith K'd on 3 pitches, so that was pretty tough to see, and he had an error at third base fielding, so not a great day from one of our young prospects. Justin Henry Malloy, a guy that you guys probably really are excited to see, he just got hit by a pitch today. Nothing else. He didn't get a second at-bat, and he had a pretty nice at-bat in the beginning. It was a 3-2 count when he got hit, so he was working the count pretty well. Brennan Davis, we saw him at the end of last year. He had a walk today, but he got caught stealing. And yeah, that was about it from our batters. We'll get into the pitchers after this. Pitching was really good today. Garrett Hill started us off and had a really good first inning. He went 1-2-3 and K'd Nick Castellanos on a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. The 2 pop-ups were the other 2 outs in the inning, so really good start from Garrett. He also got the second, and he walked the first batter he saw, got Cody Clemens to fly out, and then he gave up an infield single and got a double play. So he finished his line really well. 2 scoreless innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. But he looked really good. He was getting the velo up, and it's something we can all be excited for this season because I definitely think Garrett Hill deserves a roster spot. On the third inning, Adam Wolf got it, and he K'd with a curveball in his first appearance, and then he had 2 ground outs for the final 2 outs, so a nice showing from Adam Wolf. Miguel Diaz got the 5th, and he K'd his first batter, and he had a ground ball. He gave up a single to Cody Clemens, and then he K'd the last batter for the third and final out. So nice to see from Miguel Diaz, 2 strikeouts on the day. Mason Engler was probably the star of today for pitching. He K'd the side in the 5th inning. Really wish I could have seen the pitches, but from what Dan Dickerson was saying, he looked really impressive, and anytime you K the side, it's really impressive. So Englert also got the 6th inning, and he had another 1-2-3, a pop-out, a strikeout on Castellanos with a cutter, and a nice ground ball. So he had 6 up, 6 down. Really nice to see. He's a Rule 5 draft pick, so we have to decide if we want to keep him or return him. I'm definitely thinking we keep him after today, and hopefully the Tigers agree. Lowe got the 7th, and man, this was the worst inning I probably ever heard on radio. It was bad. Lowe gave up a single, hit by pitch, 2-run double to Hicks, walk. But then he did get a nice double play that turned into a triple play with the guy getting caught in between second and third. So that was nice to get out of the inning, still tied 2-2. Somebody named Yaya got the 8th. Never heard of this guy. 36-round draft pick, so pretty late pick, but he had a really nice season in the minors last year. He had a pop-up. Colt Keith had an error. He hit a batter, and they had a fly-out and a nice catch by Davis on that fly-out, and then he K'd on a 3-2 fastball to strand 2 to end the 8th. So nice showing from Yaya. I think we'll see him up in AA or AAA this year, so keep an eye out for him. Angel DeJesus got the 9th, and he had a nice K to start the game to start the 9th looking, so that was really nice to see. We saw him a little bit last year in the majors as well. He had a pop-up foul for the 2nd out, and then a pop-up to Colt Keith to end the game. The Tigers won 4-2 today. Not a lot of offense, and really sucks that I couldn't get the highlights for today's game because it's a little bit all over the place when I can't show you guys the clips when I talk about them, so this is not how the highlight videos will usually be. They'll usually have the highlights and we'll talk about it as it goes through. So sorry for it being a little bit all over the place, but I hope you guys still enjoyed the little recap. I will be back tomorrow for another one. There won't be highlights again, but Monday they will be televising the game, so I'll have highlights from there on out. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.